now that we've had a little refresher about what science is and the scientific method and some safety precautions, let's look more specifically at what earth science is and its different branches. So earth science is the study of all aspects of the planet Earth. It will include the atmosphere, it includes the oceans, the solar system, the galaxy, the universe, everything to do about Earth. And the desire or the goal of earth science is to understand the entire planet. So this is a huge task. There's lots of things to learn. And so there are different branches of earth science that study the different parts of the planet. So geology is one of those branches, and this is the study of the solid earth. It really looks at how rocks and minerals form. It can even date rocks, so to figure out how old rocks are, which can lead to information about how old Earth is. It can look at how mountains rise up. It looks at erosion and fossils and Earth's history. So geology is the big main branch of Earth, or one of the main branches of earth science. And each of these things is one of the subcategories of geology. So more subcategories of geology includes volcanology, which is the study of volcanoes. Seismology studies earthquakes. Paleontology studies fossils, and it looks at how ancient organisms lived. It can look at the moon. We can look at lakes and rivers. Underground water, glaciers, cartographers or map makers. It looks at petroleum, which would be oil and like natural gas, where to find them, how to use them, and it will also take a look at soil. So all of these are subcategories of geology. Another branch of earth science is called oceanography, so this would be the second branch of earth science. And just like the name kind of implies, oceanography is the study of Earth's oceans. And this started out as mapping the oceans, and that's why it has this ending of graphy, which means to map or draw. And so more than 70% of Earth's surface is covered in water, and almost all of that 70% is ocean water. So that's a lot of Earth covered in ocean water. However, much of the ocean remains unexplored. It's sometimes referred to as the last frontier. Human beings have a huge impact on the ocean, such as overfishing, pollutants. Global warming has impacted the ocean, such as the melting ice caps and warming up the water, which then leads to rising sea levels. So again, all of this stuff, it deals with oceanography, and so there's a bunch of different subcategories of oceanography. So physical oceanography would study like the water movements, the waves and the currents and how the water is moving. Marine oceanography looks at the rocks and structures of the oceans. There can be chemical oceanography, studying the natural elements of the ocean water. And then marine biology, which is maybe the one that some of you have heard of, looks at actually looking at life within the ocean. So again, oceanography is the branch of earth science, and these are all subcategories of oceanography. The third branch of earth science is meteorology, and meteorology is the study of the atmosphere. And we would look at weather patterns, clouds, hurricanes, and tornadoes. It uses radars and satellites. And meteorology is used to predict the weather. So meteorology, not to be confused with climatology, the fourth branch of earth science, it also studies the atmosphere, but it looks at how the atmosphere is now and how it has changed. So an example there would be global warming. How has the atmosphere warmed up? What has caused the atmosphere to warm up? And so climatology looks at how the atmosphere contains small amounts of carbon dioxide and how humans are putting a lot of extra carbon dioxide into the atmosphere by burning fossil fuels. So fossil fuels would be like gasoline, natural gas, oil, just as a couple examples. That extra carbon dioxide traps in heat from the sun, which then in turn causes the atmosphere to heat up. And we'll spend quite a bit of time talking about this throughout this course. Environmental science, I think is this the fifth branch of earth science. They study ways that humans affect Earth. The hope is to find better ways of living that can also help the environment, or maybe not help it, but not destroy it. Ecologists study life forms and the environments they live in, and they try to predict the chain reactions that could occur if part of the ecosystem is disrupted. So if we remove a predator from an ecosystem, what is the end result? And one would maybe think that the prey population would then increase. Another branch of earth science is astronomy, and this is the study of space. Right now, I think NASA says there's about 530 planets outside of our known solar system. The universe contains things other than just planets. It has black holes, galaxies, asteroids, comets, and other nebula. So astronomy, again, is a big branch of earth science. So if you're studying astronomy, your tools are a little bit different than if you're studying something here on the planet. You're going to need telescopes to help view stars and galaxies. Optical and radio telescopes help see things that the human eye can't. And you're even going to maybe need spacecraft to help travel to space and send back data on faraway places. So astronomy looks to answer tons of questions. And so this is just a list of some of the questions that astronomy tries to answer. So like, how do strong bursts of energy from the sun, called solar flares, affect communications? Do they affect communications? Maybe another question that they're looking at would be, how would an asteroid impact affect life on Earth? What are the properties of black holes? How was the universe created? Is there life on other planets? And are there resources on other planets for humans to use? So astronomy, again, has such a wide array of things to look at that it would have many different subcategories underneath it. So this is just a look at a few of the different branches of earth science.